Oh, good to be back. Hey y'all, and welcome to the Hey Coworker podcast, home of your favorite not safe for work coworkers. I am RJ, the friendly neighborhood Dom, and this is
Angelique,
aka
Big Rocks,
not the little one,
never the little one.
And we are again your favorite not safe for work coworkers, and home to you all, the best coworkers in the world. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you decided to be here with us, and so we thank you for continuing to do that another week at a time. How are you, friend?
I'm a little tired, but other than that, can't complain.
Is this like the funny tired?
This is, I used my inhaler before I went to get something to eat. I ate a whole lot of food. I had a happy plate. And then I went home and took a nap, but then I had to get up to come do this, and the nap didn't finish.
We could have pushed it back.
That's rude.
Not really. I didn't have nothing to do today.
No, it's rude because I didn't let you know ahead of time, because I didn't think the nap was going to take that long. I thought I was going to take a little 20-minute nap.
And then like knocked you out.
Yeah.
Oh, so when you text me I'm on the way, you were like, oh, I'm just now leaving.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
You could, but see, the thing is, if you would have told me that, I would have just said, hey, yo. Hey, chill,
I was already up. I already had to interrupt the nap at this point. So it's better to go ahead and do it now. That way when I get home, if I want to take another nap, I can.
That's because it is early enough in the day to do that now. I'm here for it. Yeah. But yeah, how have you been otherwise?
Been great. I can't complain. I'm trying to see what happened. Oh, I went to a masquerade ball over the weekend. That was fun.
How was that?
It was cool. Not for the community. People keep asking me that. No, it was a charity event.
What was the charity?
Some women's organization that my sister's a part of.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. Yeah. It was weird because the man came, he was a keynote speaker, and he was talking for so long about how he spent 30 years in jail for a murder that he did not commit and all the stuff he did in there. And I'm just like, what does this have to do with the people here to talk about?
What did it have to do with the organization?
That's what I was trying to figure out. I never did. So
I mean, make your bread how you make your bread. I guess
come speak. They did have to wrap him up. You know. All right, let's go
play him off.
Let's go ahead and wrap this up. They got other stuff to do here tonight. But it was cool. The food wasn't good.
That's just real.
Look, here's the thing though. This is the problem that they had. They were selling the tickets through Eventbrite. And when you're on Eventbrite on your phone, as soon as you select how many tickets you want, it gives you the option to do Apple Pay. But you can keep scrolling to choose your food options, to say who invited you. You know, there's other options, but the little thing pops up. So a lot of people weren't making those selections because they didn't know to keep scrolling, because it's just right there for you to go ahead and pay. So I was one of those people. I saw the thing pop up after I selected how many people. I didn't know I needed to keep scrolling. So I just went ahead and did it. But when I talked to my sister, she was like, okay, well, I need to get your food options. I said, well, what is it? And me and Vet were the ones going. She said there's red snapper and there's baked chicken. I said, okay, we'll take one of each. The chicken for me, the fish for him. While we get there, they bring his fish out. It's like fish, but smothered in this seafood sauce. That shit look good as hell. Bitch, you didn't say all that. You just said fish. You didn't tell me it was it had a
you didn't think we would have a sauce,
a shrimp and crawfish puree sauce to go on top. You didn't say that. Had you said that, I would, because that chicken was dry as hell. If you didn't say that,
they have no sauce, not even a gravy.
You should have said that. You should have told me. And then she looking at me like, yeah, I don't know why you would pick the chicken. Now, if I knock you off your balance in these shoes, because you know you don't know how to walk in these heels for real. If I push you over,
then you're wrong.
Then I'm gonna be wrong. Don't piss me off. But yeah. Other than that, we had a good time.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Fun times all around. I have been, okay, when was the last time that we did this?
A couple of weeks ago, Wednesday.
It's been that long. Okay, so in that time, we talked about the car accident.
I think you talked about it on the show.
We talked about it the day it happened.
Yeah.
So, okay, so this is let me tell you this long drawn out story. So the day it happens, I look at my I also got hit from behind and didn't realize, which I didn't say on camera. And in case an insurance company watches, because like they be doing stuff like that, I want to remember that I said that on camera because I forgot to say it last time because I wasn't even thinking about it. Got hit from behind. Dude didn't stop. Drove off, and I was just like, all right, like I can't. All right, whatever. Fucking went in.
Did you lose your train of thought?
Yeah. So I looked. Oh, that's why. Because I looked at my ID the day, right, and realized my license has been expired since December. So I'm like, yo, like
your license expire in December.
Oh no, so since October.
Okay, yeah.
So my license has been expired since October, and I'm going, bro, how has my license been expired since October? And I'm like, no, because you renewed your license in like December. And like they were gonna send it to you, and it's like, but you never got it. I was like, did you renew your license? And I'm like, so then when I kept trying to get, so then I went in to renew it online, and it would tell me, now you got to do it in person. So tell me why I go up to, so now I'm thinking, okay, how am I even gonna get through the airport now? Because
they don't care. And
I can't drive the rental car and all of these other things that I'm thinking. I'm like, is my insurance going to actually cover me? Because if I'm not licensed to drive, will they cover? And I'm going, bro, I need to figure this out and fix it before they can notice it, and they need to like solve the claim. And I'm like, whatever. Turned out I went up there, made the appointment, sat in there for basically my entire day before I had to travel, just for them to tell me, nah, your what's the name?
ID.
Your ID was updated.
You just didn't get it? Yeah,
you just didn't get it. We'll send you another one. But for her to also tell me, hey, but you also have to take a driver's test because you never actually took one. Except for whenever she's like, yeah, you're not actually supposed to be like, I was like, what? She said, she's like, yeah, when you got your license, you didn't take a driver's test. I said, no. She said, yeah, you have to do that.
I didn't either. But I have reason. So I didn't take an official test, but I have reason. I'm legal. Don't try to put me in the same box.
Oh no. I'm all over here by myself. So I was just like, wow, like what a convoluted tale just to end up right back where I was. Also, so then that was the Wednesday before we traveled. Got up that day and we decided we're gonna drive my car that I haven't had a mechanic look at all because nothing has seemed to be wrong with my car after the accident. We were on 59. And we get to like just inside 610, probably like right around just after you get to Joel Osteen's church. And my car starts breaking down. Like won't pick up speed. And I'm on the freeway in the left lane because I drive. You know what I'm saying? Like, and now my car, so now I have to get all the way over, and we decide, hey, maybe something's wrong. Maybe it'll fix itself. We'll turn it off and turn it back on. And see what's good.
Take the battery out, put it back in.
Yeah. What we should have done was turn around and go, because my mechanic is still on that side of town. I should have just drove it to the mechanic, had it been there while I was on vacation, and then got an Uber to the airport and been cool. But did my smart ass do that? No. We proceeded to continue to drive it,
making it worse.
And the check engine light comes on. So now we make it to the airport by the grace of God. Put some coolant in it because it was draining coolant. And then dealt with it when we came back. And when we got back yesterday, because we've been in DC this entire time, when we got back yesterday, we were like, okay, well, we'll get an Uber back. We'll just see how my car like looks, and we'll get it towed. So I got my car towed. That was a hassle because, of course, no one wants to work on Easter Sunday. So that was the thing. We got an Uber back here, and her car then wouldn't start. Bro, when I tell you, I was like, it's just one thing
after another. When it rains, it pours.
Bro, so I'm just like, all right, cool. So let's just deal with that. She calls a person to come jump it. It turns on. I'm like, yeah, baby, it's just your battery. I'm like, and this is the other thing. I asked her, I said, so when's the last time you had your battery changed? I've never had to have my battery changed. So why I just never knew I had to do.
What?
Baby, what?
Why would I have to do that?
Why would you not know to go get your battery changed?
Yeah, until something wrong with it.
You've had cars before.
And I didn't go get a battery change until something was wrong with it. Who just changes the batteries? That's like just randomly changing the battery.
No, but she was like, it was just like she was like freaking out, and I'm like, baby, it's probably just a battery. And she was like, what do you mean? Like confused. And I'm like, it's just your you just gotta, they need to go out sometimes. She's like, no, but I haven't done anything to the battery.
Right.
And I'm like, no,
it's
you
the
didn't
same
do
battery.
anything. It's just batteries just go out after time. She's like, oh. Well, that's stupid.
Yeah, I thought you were saying like you supposed to just go and take it to get it checked. I'm like, I don't check the batteries in the remote to see if they finna go out.
No, because why would
just
I
wait
do
till
that?
they go out and then put a new one in there.
Yeah, nah. So that was dope. But that's all fixed. My car should be done in the next hour. Her car, we're gonna go get a battery in it after I get done. I'm gonna go do it after I get done doing this. Yeah. And
How was
vacation
your trip?
Trip, dope. I didn't get to see my best friend as much as I want because she had some like family stuff that she had to deal with. They came up like very suddenly. Mm-hmm. And so it was just like she needed to handle that. And I was like, all right, cool. You got it. If you need me, I'm here and I'll be down to help if you need. But she's very much like me. And she's like, no, I just need to like process and be by myself for a little bit and with my husband and we'll be all right. I'm like, all right, cool. So yeah. And so, but other than that, like hung out with I got to spend more time with my brother. Mm-hmm. And it's the younger one who I say is like me but no ADHD and dyslexia. Mm-hmm. And he very much is. And it just reinforced that we're so much alike, which is why our birthdays are like 3 days apart. We are so much alike. And I had this realization and I told him this, I was like, yo, I'm proud of you, bro. Mm-hmm. Like, and I told his wife this. I was like, of all 5 of us, he's easily the smartest. Easily the smartest. The boy learned Japanese. Just taught himself Japanese.
Just casually. Just like, I think I'll pick up.
Taught himself Japanese. Then like went to school for it and got like he'll like you could drop him off in Japan and he could live there and he'd be fine. Mm-hmm. Is learning other languages. Taught himself to play instruments. Like. Is a leader at his he just is so and doing his thing at work. Like the other thing he did that was impressive that I never thought of, like he is an event coordinator for the building that he lives in, and so he gets he pays like a third of the rent. Mm-hmm. I was like, so not only do you hustling I am so proud. Like he's just doing all of he is what our father wanted to be. Damn, that's harsh.
Yeah. You got me there. I didn't have anything to say. Sheesh.
Damn. I mean, I guess you would want your children to surpass you.
Yeah.
But to realize that, like, so far, Jamari's done it. Mm-hmm.
I mean, good for him. Mm-hmm. If nothing else.
I mean, we've all of us have done it in different. All of us have surpassed our father in various ways.
Yeah, some capacity.
But I look at the youngest one and I go, he's the best of us.
Yes, if we need a family representative.
Yeah, we sending him because he's my mom knows like the dynamics of. She goes, even though we know that. Even though I don't think everybody else has realized he's the best of us like I have, but because they ain't been around him enough. I'm like, oh, if y'all were around him like I'm around him, you would know he's the best of us. But mom's was like, nah, in the event of mine, she's like, although I know Jamari could probably do it, it's like, I feel like all of you would have struggle with taking instructions from. And I was like, that's absolutely right.
Dr. Mom.
Yeah, Dr. Mom.
Yes.
Who,
put
she was
respect
like,
on her name.
Yeah, she was like, it would either be you or Austin, because, the way Yeah, it would just either be me or it'd have to be me or what's the name.
Yeah.
But yeah, I always feel like and it's and and the youngest was of course my dad's favorite. I think he saw it before all of us did.
Oh, this the one right here.
Yeah. He's like, oh, this my one. So yeah, and I think the youngest is my dad's favorite, and then Big Ace is of course mom's favorite, which is interesting.
Yeah. Whew. I had a moment, I think it was Thursday, where I have been an emotional wreck as of late, just all over the place. And I had a moment where like, okay, I'm going to say this without going into too many details.
Okay.
There's a person in my life, I think I'm going to make it painfully obvious. I just can't say it because it's going on the internet. So I can't say it, but I don't think it's going to be hard to figure out. But there's a person in my life, one of the very few people who you expect to care about you, like it's kind of required that person be there for you. And this person has never really done that for me. I've always been treated like an afterthought. And it's like, okay, in the past when it's been me with this person treating me a certain way, it's up to me how I want to go about that. If you, there have been times where I've blocked this person. I don't want anything to do with you. I don't want to talk to you. But then if I decide to come back, let this person back in, it's just me, whatever. Whoop, whoop. So I'm thinking that the relationship between me and this person is getting better. And it seems to be. Then I have kids. And I'm like, okay, well, the relationship has to get better now. Right? You would think it has to get better now. It doesn't. And so now I'm faced with this dilemma, right? Because in the past, whenever I have brought this person anything saying you made me feel away, something that you did has affected me, this is one of the most self-centered people I've ever met. I'm always faced with a, well, I don't know why you feel like that. Well, you shouldn't feel like that because I didn't mean it like that. Or that's what it's always been when it's about me. If I bring this to you about my kids and there's any of that, you will never hear from us again. Point blank, period. If I tell you, hey, the way you are treating my children bothers me, I don't like it, and I need to see a change before they start to feel it. And if you say, well, I don't know, if it's anything besides okay, you will never hear from us again. So that's a decision that I had to face because it's likely that this person will respond that way because their track record is I don't do anything wrong. And if there's a problem, then the problem is with you.
I hear you. And one, I applaud you for taking that stance, especially with your children. I also want to point out that you deserve to be able to take that response and that stance for yourself as well, friend. Yeah.
But because of who this person is, it's much easier said than done. For me, it's like, I can take it. The person who's supposed to be protecting me is the person I'm up against right now. But I can take it. I can make those decisions because my decisions only affect me. I'm not so much worried about that. But I'm their protector. I can't.
Yeah.
So it's much easier to do that for my children because they need me.
It's always easier to protect others than it is. It's easier to protect others than it is ourselves. A lot of the time. Because we often offer others grace and love and affection and things that we don't offer ourselves a lot of the time. Or even protection that we don't offer ourselves that we often offer others. Yeah.
So a conversation has to be had. I am putting off the conversation because I know what's on the other side of it if I don't get the answer that I'm looking for. There's a million wrong answers. There's one right answer, and that's you have one shot to get it right. And if you don't, you will not hear from me. You will not see my kids. And I think the toughest part about that has always been, even when it was just me, the toughest part about that is feeling like I'm the only person this affects. Well, and now my kids. But when it was just me, it's like I'm the only person this affects because I don't think you care. If I decide to be like, I'm not talking to you no more, I don't think that bothers you. So it's like you got to make these decisions for yourself, but it is much easier to make them for my kids. But I got to be prepared for either outcome. Because if I don't get the answer that I'm looking for, That's a wrap.
Fair.
Yeah. So we'll see.
That's a tough space to be in.
It is. Yeah, it is. But it's easier because my kids.
Yeah.
Yeah. You just got to brace for impact, you know.
Yeah, I'm realizing that as me and little one talk more and more seriously about children and what that looks like, the realization that you become capable of things you didn't know you were capable of when you have children is a realization that I'm having. I think everybody's fear is that they will not become that person that is capable of these superhuman things because they now have someone that's looking at them to do so.
Yeah.
That's and I understand that fear. Like I live my life in a way that I'm always trying not to be cause trauma to anybody else.
Yeah.
And I'm like, so I don't want to be the reason that, like, okay, for example, and I thought about this a while ago. You know how like when men be like, me and my wife done been through a lot. Our marriage done been through a lot.
Putting her through the fucking ringer.
This is the thing. I never want to be the a lot that my marriage has been through. I'm gonna say that one more time. I never want to be the a lot that my marriage has been through. I don't want it to have been the fact that like I had no sexual discipline, or I had no financial discipline, or I had no discipline in general, and now I am the a lot that my relationship or marriage is going through.
I am the trials and tribulations that we had to overcome.
Yes. I don't want that to be the case.
No.
I can't have that be the case.
Yeah.
And I don't want to be that for most assuredly in the person that I love the most in the world, which is just the person that I've chosen to be with and chosen to make a life with. But to other people that I don't know, I also don't want to be the thing that causes you trial and tribulation unnecessarily. Because don't start no one, we none, obviously. Because don't bring that over here. But you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to have to be. And even in those instances, I don't want to have to be your trial, your tribulation.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't like being in the way. I don't like causing people. Yeah. Oh my gosh. I had a panic attack yesterday. Like I don't know that I've ever had that much pressure in my head before. I felt like my head was about to explode. My chest hurt. All because that it was his fault. I don't like surprises. I only like surprises if I can be surprised from beginning to end. I don't want to know anything about it. It has to be open the door, surprise type thing, and I had no idea. Other than that, it makes me incredibly anxious.
Okay.
And he messed up and he slipped up and said something about my birthday is coming up.
Okay.
Yeah, he's already told me.
Okay. Good. Okay.
And he slipped up and said something, and I did tell him, I was like, this conversation is giving me a lot of anxiety and it's making my chest hurt. And the conversation kind of died down, but then he brought it back up and I couldn't. He was like, because I was telling him like the surprise aspect of it, I don't like to be, I don't know why it causes me so much anxiety. I've never done anything for my birthday, like a thing where you have to get people together for a few reasons. One, I don't like to be the center of attention. I don't want to have a birthday dinner where I'm bringing all these people who don't know each other really well together, and I'm the main focus. That is terrifying to me.
Because you have the ability to pull a lot of different people from a lot of different walks of life together that you're not always sure are going to mesh well. Because I was talking about this earlier. You are a person that we can take anywhere and you'll be good.
So I've made friends from anywhere.
And I'm a lot like that too, where like, so I can go anywhere and be cool. I can't bring all the people that I'm cool with together because although y'all are all cool with me.
Right. I don't know how it's going to work, how it's going to mesh up together. Yeah. Another reason is because this is a mentality thing that I wish I didn't have. I don't know how to get up out of it, but I often feel like I don't ask anybody for anything ever. It's very, very rare that I ask anybody to do or provide anything for me. So when I do, I expect to get it. And I don't think that that's a good mentality to have, because people, regardless of the fact that I don't ever ask for anything, people have other things going on. And so, but if I don't ever do anything for my birthday and then I invite you to do something for my birthday and you can't come, I'm taking it personally. I don't know how to not be hurt by that, because I don't ever ask anybody to go or do anything for me. I don't do things where I have to ask people to show up for me.
You don't invite people places.
Right. I don't invite people places. It's not like that. So when I do and you don't come, I'm taking it like I'm hurt by that. So that's another reason why I've never done anything. So he started talking about, well, if you just let me plan it, you don't have to worry about showing up. I won't even tell you who's invited, so that way you don't know who got invited and who didn't show up. And he was still talking about it, and I literally felt like my head was about to explode. I had to go outside to just try and catch my breath. I thought it felt like it was getting bigger. My head, it was so much pressure. My heart was beating so fast. My chest hurt so bad. Yeah, just from the conversation about planning a birthday party. I could do this type of stuff for other people. Like for just a few weeks ago for the Steak and BJ thing. That's a plan. It involves other people. Like, I had to bring other people together, make sure everybody was on the same accord. I could do that for him, for other people. But the idea of having to do that for myself,
I don't want to therapist you on camera.
Not on camera.
Yeah, no, because I try really, really hard not to therapist my friends. But you just...
It's okay. I think it's a learning experience.
Okay. I don't think that the two things are disconnected.
Which two things? The first thing that I was talking about.
Yes, and this. I don't think that they're disconnected. I actually think that they're rather interlinked. Because that person who was supposed to be the person who was supposed to give you attention and love and all of those things did not do that, and so you don't know how to accept that for other people. It's also why it's easier for you to do that for other people.
Yeah, I can see that. I've said for a long time this person was the source of a lot of my my issues. I can absolutely see that. Yo,
it's issues, bro. Now I want to say, I have issues with my father to this day. We saw that earlier when I was talking. And they affect me in a myriad of ways that sometimes I don't even anticipate. And I'm also, unfortunately, like him in a few ways.
Oh yeah.
One of the things I'm realizing is that I have to work. I hate having to repeat myself. From sometimes from a really bad place. I'm like,
now, do you mean, for clarity, do you mean you hate having to repeat yourself in the sense of just saying it again because they didn't hear you, or I asked you to do this already, I don't want to have to ask you to do this again?
All of the above.
Oh, okay.
I can't hear. And it's very and it's varying degrees of, sometimes it's you didn't hear what I said, and also it's degrees of you completely misinterpreted what I said, because that's not what I said. Yeah. Or you didn't pay attention to the thing before this, because otherwise you would know this is not what I meant. So various degrees of all of that stuff, right? Yeah, just what a time.
Yeah, I can't hear. And so often when Vet wakes up, he still has his morning voice. He already country as hell. He's already one of the. I had to sit there. I was on the phone with my grandma. She said something real country, and I was like, I don't know who's countryer between the two of you, but I think it's him because you're old. Like yours is more old. It's old. He
had to chime to grow out of this, and he just ain't.
So it's so hard to understand him, especially when he first wake up. The way I be, You say it. I can't. No, you're gonna have to enunciate. You gotta speak up. I can't hear what you're saying.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Damn. Do we have a docket for this week?
Friend, let me tell you something.
Well, you've been on vacation.
I've been on vacation, but one of the things I've realized is I've also been off the internet basically since like the middle of March. I haven't really been on the internet like almost at all. And I've been like my mental health is, well, partially because my mental health started to like do this a little bit, but as I got off the internet, it's been better. Mm-hmm. And so I have not been paying attention to anything that's been going on the internet. And so therefore the only stuff I had from the docket was like catch up stuff with me. I was just going to chop it up with you about a few things. Also, little one has no, you know how like when you be like there's this term like smooth brain, like when you're with your man, you don't be thinking about nothing, to the point where when she's in the house with me, she is blissfully unaware of everything. You know how easy it is for me to sneak up on her? It is crazy. I do it all the time. And last night she didn't realize, but she was in there, I was in here like watching something, she's in there watching something. And I go in there because she left the lights on in the living room, so I go and turn all the lights off. And then I come in the bedroom and I'm just standing at the edge of the bed and she's watching her show. She ain't heard nothing. Ain't seen nothing. And I'm standing there for a long time. I'm standing there for so long, I start watching the show. Because eventually I thought she's going to notice me in like the next like 10 seconds. But she just never did. And then I'm watching the show so long that like she changed episodes. Like a new episode is on.
And she still has no idea that you're there.
Hasn't realized anything. And then what happens is very, very interesting. And that is that she then does notice me because she's watching Rick and Morty. Mm-hmm. So I laugh at something like far too loudly. Mm-hmm. And now she's noticing me. She's like, how long have you been there? And I'm explaining to her all of the
last
things.
Episode.
Yeah. Like she was like, wait a minute. And this was her takeaway from that was this. You mean like, don't do that, because like, what if I farted and you could have been here to smell that? And I'm just like, how is that your takeaway? You could have been murdered. You have no self-awareness, situational awareness.
What's gonna happen? Somebody come in this house trying to get me, more than likely they're gonna be able to do that. That doesn't matter.
But me smelling your fart
is a line. Don't cross it.
I appreciate the things that women go through for us. That was just never a thing I anticipated.
Yeah. No, I'm incredibly lactose intolerant. Vet insisted that I have froyo because I love froyo. Oh. More than ice cream. Like, I love frozen yogurt, but it does not love me back.
Fair.
But he was like, treat yourself, go ahead. And the effects that lactose intolerance have on me that never happens the same day. It usually happens a day or two later. Mm-hmm. But a couple of nights later, I was like, you have to go sleep on the couch. I'm so sorry. And he is one of those guys who does not believe that I poop or fart or anything like that. Okay. And he's like, I was like, so if I fart in my sleep, it's just the trolls under the bed. Like, there's trolls that live under my side of the bed. So I'm like, yeah, the trolls, they're fighting. They're having a whole thing. I don't care. Yeah. There's so many things like that I just don't pay attention to because it is vastly unimportant to me. Like, I know that you're a human being, and am I though?
Yeah. Like, you can this is the thing. I think that sometimes people think that because you're a human being, you can't be my favorite little toy that I play with, and you can be both of those things. Mm-hmm. Because that's the thing that like, and a lot of women have that thing of like, if he sees me do this, he won't view me as sexually attractive anymore. Mm-hmm. He's gonna get the ick if he sees this thing. And this is the thing: people are human. Yeah, she's gonna do things that give me the ick. I don't care because she's also, she
does not poop.
She doesn't want me to think she does.
She doesn't. I know she doesn't. She regurgitates everything like an owl. It just comes out in pellets.
This is the thing.
She doesn't poop.
I was just trying to have a deep moment, and I was explaining things, and you just gonna go me out with just like she doesn't. I know because I'm a girl.
We don't do that. After a little bit, just regurgitate everything like an owl, and move on.
All right.
That's it.
She will thank you for saying so. Yeah,
like, don't get it twisted. What else? I'm trying to see. I feel like we haven't seen each other in such a long time.
Yeah. Oh, Joy cussed out a TSA agent over me. When I tell you she ain't got no chill, she don't got no. Because I went TSA pre-check, but I couldn't find the line for the TSA. First of all, dyslexia, so I couldn't read. I wasn't trying to really read the signs. I'm just trying to move quickly and look like I know where I'm going. And so I went through the wrong thing, and I'm now trying to climb underneath the thing. And he's like, "Don't go through." And I didn't hear what he was saying, and so I did it again. And he yelled at me like I was like a child. And I was like, bro, I couldn't hear you. But also like you got that badge on, so I can't really like say what I want to say if you were like regular customer service. Cause like
exactly.
You real hard right now. Like you take some of that bass out your voice. Like I'm grown ass man, dog. And I understood like he was like, hey, I've had to call an ambulance because people have tried to get their way under this and fall and crack their head open.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I'm not 73 years old. I understand you're concerned about health and safety. Cool. I got it. Chill out, bro. There's a way to talk to people. And of course, little one gets up there and she's like, you know that thing like yelling? Why was you yelling at him? Like, there's a way to talk to people. And I'm just like, I wish I'd have known. Because you don't got to do that, baby. I appreciate you. But she ain't got no chill behind me.
Yeah. I just made a video about that. I almost backed my car into the barbershop because somebody left up out of there. He was still in there. Somebody left out of there and locked the door. The fuck are you locking the door? My man is in there. Unlock the fucking door. Why is the door locked? My man is still in there. I text him so fast. Answer me right now or I'm finna crash out. I'm finna start tweaking. Answer me now. He responded, let me know that he was okay. I'm like, all right. Because I was finna come kick this damn door down. But here's the thing. You got a good one. Because I love my man down. But I'm not yelling at the airport. I'm not getting
a no-fly list is
I'm not
crazy.
getting put on a no-fly list for nobody.
That's what I was saying.
Somebody would have to come kick my kid, full on Sparta, kick my kid in the chest for me to even react. And even then, I'm gonna be like, "What was he doing?" Because you're not putting me on a no-fly list.
I was so surprised. I was like, "Why are you going back? Don't do that."
Not here.
I was like, "Yo, I'm not worth that."
Anybody else? A cop.
I instantly had self-esteem. I'm not worth all that.
Okay.
Quite literally.
Baby, close your ears. I don't want him to hear this part. I posted the video where I was talking about being at the barbershop or whatever, and I'm finna go in there. And most of it was very well received, but there's always a couple of men. Y'all need to stop being so jealous. First of all, I say in the video that this is a concern for his safety. I text him, are you okay? This is not, I'm worried that you in there with some bitches.
Because it's a barbershop.
It's a barbershop. I'm trying to make sure that you are okay.
Niggas get robbed in the barbershop.
Hello, that's probably why they locked the door.
Don't argue with people that don't have hood nigga instincts. This is what we also learn on the internet. These people they don't go outside and touch grass.
Yeah.
So they don't know, like, quick.
But you do, like.
Remind me, I got a tangent.
One thing I think a lot of men don't understand is when you are in a relationship, baby, I say close your ears. When you are in a relationship with somebody who actually cares about you, a woman who actually cares about you, like, and is secure with themselves, you're not a cheater. You don't give them no reason to think that something going on. We pretend like we care about that type of stuff. We really don't. The whole come home right now is for you. It's not for us because you look great. You still don't have the game that you think you do. Nobody's worried. I'm not worried about you in the grocery store. I promise I'm not. That's for you. That is to make you feel pressure. You know what I'm saying? Like when I'm telling him, come home, I trust my man. I trust that I know you're not out here doing nothing wrong, but I want you to feel how I look at you.
The trust part. So going to the trust part, I trust her so much that I would give her the benefit of the doubt. To me, that's the most I can trust you when I can clearly see with my two eyes.
Yeah.
What has happened? Right. And if you look me in my eye and you tell me, no, this is what happened. I understand that it looks like this. It is not this. It is this. I trust you enough that I'll be like, all right, I believe you.
Yeah.
And I understand that that's a dangerous position to be in, but I trust you.
Yeah.
And I think that most people don't.
Excuse me.
I think most people haven't realized that, like, that's what trust is. It is when someone is giving you a reason to not, and you do.
Yeah.
Because they have a track record of being the person that they say they are.
Right. I say that all the time. Like, if you read a news headline, Chris Brown gets in a bar fight.
You believe it?
You believe it off rip. I don't need to hear nothing else. Like, I don't need to hear no background. But if you read a headline that says
Jamie Foxx got
Adele
into a bar
gets
fight.
into a bar fight.
What happened?
How did we get here?
What did they do?
Are you sure it was her? What did they do? Like, yeah.
If it's Jamie, unless it was LL Cool J, I ain't know.
Well, Jamie Foxx, I actually could believe because I heard that he is a functioning alcoholic, but an alcoholic nonetheless. I heard he drinks a lot. I don't know how true that is, or if it's still going on. I heard this years ago, but it was like he drinks a lot.
That's
so
most comedians.
Anything could happen. But I'm like, but if it's like Adele, what's going on here?
Yeah.
Like, who, people they give you a baseline to operate from.
She is from Ends, though.
I don't know what that means.
Our British followers that we don't have will understand what that is. And all the people that have watched Top Boy.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know what that means, but
it's just the hood over there.
Mm-hmm.
They just say
okay,
Ends.
she's from the hood. Okay. Well, yeah. I don't remember what was I just talking about. Well, it doesn't matter. We can move on. So we don't have
trust. The barbershop and trusting your man.
But more so, it's not.
It's
for you.
Yeah.
It's for you. I trust my man, so I'm not genuinely worried about him going to go feel him, like go run errands because he got his hair cut. I'm not actually worried about that. But me telling you that I'm worried about it is for you. It's not for me. So
she plays like that sometimes, and like because I am very literal. I don't always take it that way, and then it'll irritate me because it'll be like, I'm not finna do that.
Yeah, no.
And she's like, no, I know. She's
it's
like,
more of a you thing. It's like hyping you.
She's trying to hype me up, and she's joking, and I'm like, don't do that because She'd be like, if you ever cheat on me, I'm like, baby, we're ethically not monogamous. I would just come and talk to you. You would piss me off.
Don't piss me
off. I was like, I would just come have a conversation with you about like what it is I'm feeling, and she's like, I'm being cute right now, and I'm like, oh, I didn't know. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I just told Vet the other day. I was like, I know how horny you get for the military. If you ever think you're going back, you're losing me, pal. I'm not sticking around for it,
bro. I told you. Have we talked since the last of the recruiters? I told you the recruiters called me. Yo, she would lose her absolute mind.
I told him it would be very hard. I would leave you. It would be very hard for me to do, and I would cry every day. But I can't be with nobody to where I'm constantly sitting by the phone waiting for somebody to call and tell me that you're not coming home. I couldn't date a cop
or a firefighter.
Yeah, any jobs. I mean, anybody you can get that call about anybody from anything. You simply be walking down the street and get, but you're increasing the chances of that, and I cannot.
Do you have that same stance with dudes that's still in the streets now?
Mm-hmm. I do. I didn't hear you. I didn't hear you.
That's the clip. Do you have that same stance with men who are still running the streets?
I don't have any feelings about men in the streets.
Point blank period.
Yeah, no. Well, if I was single, no, I couldn't. But that's more so an age thing.
Yeah.
I'm too old. We're too grown for that. You ain't been promoted?
Yeah. At this point,
you're still a corner boy? Like, what are we doing? You don't have the.
You ain't got the moxie.
Yeah.
You should go sell real estate.
No.
No, that's a harder hustle.
That's even worse. Yeah. Yeah, because it's much easier to be like, I don't want to get my drugs from here. I'm gonna get my drugs from up the street. But a house, you got to market that. Like you got to be, nah, don't go do that. Go do something that ain't commission based. Because you ain't.
But they got a background in sales.
Not a good one. They still here.
I mean, maybe they need to be middle management.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because just because you don't sell good don't mean that you wouldn't be I'd be a great middle manager.
I don't know how. Whatever you got to do to get promoted off the streets, you ain't dead. And we're in our 30s.
Bro, I never saw. The thing about the streets is like, I was never like in the streets. I was on the sidewalk. And the reason it didn't like all the way appeal to me is because like I don't think I got the moxie to like try to crawl my way all the way up them ranks. I was like, I could do that. That looks hard and a lot more dangerous.
Yeah.
And I could just go over here and not do that. And I understand like they making us believe this is the only way out. But we ain't necessarily all got to do that.
It's not a way out of anything. First and foremost.
No, I mean, but like,
would it been to get some money?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or like dudes be choosing that, or they be like, all right, let me go hoop for real.
Or rap.
Yeah, and I'd be like, them ain't the only. You know that there's other ways. Like you could be smart.
Yeah, you could.
You don't have to pretend to not be smart.
You could go get a job as a bank teller.
Yeah,
and it's easy.
And I know that they keep telling you that that's the only thing that all we can do is dribble a ball or rap a lyric, but that's not all of us. There's a bunch of us that do other things. Mm-hmm. We all made it out of somewhere. They be like, yo, thugs don't go to college. They absolutely do. Mm-hmm. I have seen a few. A lot of them pledged to make us high five. So yeah, like and they be the friendliest people. Mm-hmm. First of all, Qs have that thing. They're one of their mottos is friendship is essential to the soul. They are the friendliest people, mm-hmm. and they have the most non-friendly faces. They do not look like they want to entertain you with a conversation at all.
Yeah, Qs ain't never really did it for me, just because I had a bad experience at one of my very first ever college parties.
Didn't you say someone picked you up?
Both of my feet were off. That's why I don't like to skip. Because there's a brief time with both your feet off the ground. That makes me uncomfortable.
You don't even hop.
Yeah, no. Ooh, a hop, a jump. No. But yeah, both of my feet were far off the ground, and it's like, yeah, that's it. I'm cool on that, on all of that as a whole.
I'm realizing that we've covered a lot of traumas today, friend, both real and imagined.
Yeah, it's been a week.
And I'm going back to the fact, little one really risked it all with TSA for me.
That's crazy. I wouldn't do that.
That's foolishness. I'm gonna have to talk to her about herself. Because why don't you have any self-preservation skills? She ain't got no self-preservation skills behind me, and we need to correct that. That is yeah, no, we gonna have to talk.
Yeah. Cause let them bring your food out wrong and it's not what you ordered. I'm gonna say something. I got your bag, dude. At the airport.
Come on, dog.
It's gonna have to be something short of them come hemming you up. Like anything short of somebody physically putting their hands on you, I don't have anything.
Did you see the video of that airport worker getting rocked?
I don't think so.
He was talking to some dude crazy, and then like stepped out from behind the desk and was like he was gonna fight him. And the dude like backed up, and the airport worker like thought, okay, like I'm gonna press my advantage, and he got rocked and like body slammed on like the scale. And I just think that's crazy because then you had to go back to work.
Oh yeah. Oh no, probably not.
I mean, they probably sent you home.
Yeah. Because
like I wouldn't want to work.
You probably got in trouble for coming from behind that counter.
Yeah. Because he ain't come up to you. And like it's also embarrassing because now you're gonna be on the internet forever.
Yeah. Oh, you know what video just recirculated around my timeline?
What's that?
So is the baby.
Bro, I love when the internet like brings back up things that we like once upon a time loved. It's so awesome.
That's such a good video. We're in a goddamn echo chamber. They said, sir, but you're yelling. So is the baby.
Bro.
Great times.
Great stuff. The internet is a wonderful place.
Yeah.
Me and Joe just had one of the moments where she's like, I'm a potato. And I go, you're a tomato. And she's never watched the full video. Mm-hmm. So she's having this real moment of like, no, I'm a potato. I'm going, tomato. Like in
I don't
real.
know what you're talking about.
So, you never saw that on TikTok? There was this thing of this little kid, and the little kid is dressed up and they're going, I'm a potato. Mm-hmm. And they're like mom or sister or something is like, you're a tomato. Like, I thought I was a potato. No, you're a tomato.
Was he a tomato?
Yeah, it's for the school play or something. It's just like, I'm a potato. You're a tomato. I thought I was a potato. No, you're a tomato.
You're a tomato.
I thought I was a potato. You're a tomato. I guess I'm a tomato. It was so funny. And so she'd never heard the full thing. Mm-hmm. And so when I said, you're a tomato, she goes, huh? So So now I'm dying because I'm thinking she's in on the joke. So I keep going, and she's just like, no. Like,
what are you talking about? I am a
potato. It's like, you haven't seen the thing, and now I'm tired for.
Wait, do you remember the video? Look at all these chickens. Do you remember that video? There's just a bunch of ducks in the back. Oh, girl. Look at all these chickens. Actual ducks.
Yo, and that's the reason why, like, sometimes, like, when stuff would go viral on TikTok, it'll be like just some random sound. You have to go look at what the original sound actually meant, because sometimes it'd be like, hey, bro, this is wild. Yeah. The original thing was wild.
My oldest came up to me. He don't ever say he hungry. He just walks up to you, make sure that you see him, and do this.
Sign language, I guess.
You're not that fucking hungry. Fix your face. Why are you wincing in pain? You're not that hungry. I'm like, okay, what do you want to eat? He talking about Chipotle. I love Chipotle, and all I could think was, I love Chipotle. Chipotle is my life. Do you remember that? That's from way back in the day from Vine. But I kept making him say, Chipotle is my life.
Bro, there are so many things from like way back in the day that are, and some of them are just memes now.
Yeah.
Like that. Jesus Christ.
Gavin. The fact that I know his name, that was the internet's nephew for a very long time. Bro. He's gotten so big. Every time I see a picture of him or a video, like, he's gotten so big, which is what kids do. But
it's one of them things that it makes you feel old, bro. Mm-hmm. Like,
yeah, the meme kids, the kids doing stuff from when they were little, and now you look at them now.
That's not the one that makes me feel old. It's Marse Martin.
Oh yeah. Oh,
that Diane. One makes me feel, bro.
Mm-hmm. And she's so stinking cute.
She is.
Like, she is beautiful.
Yes, she is a beautiful young lady.
Body is T. Oh, they we got her in the gym. I know you can't.
I'm not even gonna comment on that because it's like,
no, she's doing great.
I'm gonna say this because I'm gonna explain it the same way I explained Angel Reese. Both her and Angel Reese are very attractive young women, and I can acknowledge that they're attractive, but they are not desirable to me because they are the equivalent of like my homeboy's baby cousin. And I don't have a desire for my homeboy's baby cousin, partially because they are not in places in their lives where they can add anything to my life. Like,
well, Marseille's rich.
Even so, I mean, she be there. Okay, you got me there. But
I don't know. Angel Reese is at college, or is she in the NBA?
I mean, if I was a moocher, sure, like I could go and live off them and be a kept man. But I don't. That's not really.
You don't want to be house husband?
Let me tell you something. If age appropriate, I would consider it. Yeah. What type of dumbass do I have to be for her to be like, all you have to do is like manage the estate and drop off this pipe that I've been wanting whenever I need it? What type of foolishness would I be to be like, no, I refuse. My masculinity is too important. Nah, bro. Like I'm
telling you, come join us.
You can have everything you want. if you would just,
I'm living my life. It's cool over here. Okay.
I'm always looking for a situation that benefits me. This situation that I'm in also benefits me. I love what I'm doing. But if there was an opportunity, I am not so stubborn that I'd be like, no, my pride prevents me from what?
Yeah.
Having food and a safe place to be.
And not having to be concerned about where anything is coming from. And
I understand the appeal, bro. It's not really my option that I would take. Like,
it's not my first choice, but if it falls in my lap, I'm not gonna stand up and get it out. You know what I mean?
Goddamn right. Because what type of food do I look like? Don't even make no sense. Ugh. Let me see if I had anything else on here, because I did write down a couple of things. Sneaking up on Joy Trip. I've recently, I think after I re-listened to the podcast like last week, and we were talking about the internet and like how you can't get certain like how certain sites are now like gone on the internet, and how like now you just got to get a VPN if you want to like view all that type of stuff or whatever. I realized on the cool that if that is the cost of protecting kids from that type of material, I think I'm okay with it.
I heard it was just a hub. Oh, okay. I saw a video.
It's a bunch of them.
Oh, okay.
Not all of them, but the vast majority. And I was thinking about it, and I was like, I don't like that is that way. But
now,
if it serves the function of actually protecting the kids.
Now, how is it doing that?
Because you can't get a VPN unless you're paying for it. And I'm assuming that children don't have the money to pay for a VPN.
But how is I'm not saying that it's not. I'm just asking you to explain how is porn hurting the kids? Having access to it or having it be on
because it literally changes the way that you view sex and all other types of things. Like, I don't think it's healthy for kids because they don't have any context.
Yeah.
They think this is real life. They think this is how this is supposed to be. And because they find that before people are actually educating them on like what real life looks like, that's why it's dangerous. If we educated children on like, hey, this is not what this is, and we knew that as a society, instead of trying to hide everything and not actually educate the kids on like things that'll help them in their lives, we do all these things to like, and I understand we're trying to protect them and keep them kids. Yeah. Cool, got it. But at a certain age, we don't do the things to educate them properly. Now we put them in a situation where we set them up for failure because they have this thing and they have no real context for it. They think this is what this is supposed to look like all the time. Yeah.
And you will find out that it's not.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I think that is, I was like, am I low-key okay with this? Am I becoming a Republican? Did I just, and I'm not.
A broke clock
is right twice a day. And it's like, I don't agree with the way in which you've done this, but I agree with the reasoning behind why you did this.
The end result.
Yeah. And if it serves to protect even so many more kids, I'm cool with it.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, yeah. I don't really got nothing else. I feel like protecting the kids is a great way to end.
I'm trying to think, did I have anything else? I'm thinking, what other videos have I put out? Vet and I have a couples page.
I saw that. I was like, that is so cute.
So a couple of people asked, and I was like, okay, sure, because people ask, and then I posted some videos, and it got like over 400 followers within the last couple of days. I think it's at like 1,200 followers now. I went live on it for a few minutes just because you could, just because I could. I'll be happy. I think you need 5,000 followers before you can start doing the TikTok shop. A lot of the stuff that I buy is like stuff for our household that we're using together. So I would rather put it on that page
instead of it being on your
my main page. Yeah.
Which people do. Like, people are branching out. Be like, you can come view all this content here, but I would actually prefer it to be on different platforms so you can get specifically what it is you're looking for. Interesting.
Yeah. So that's fun. We're doing that. Okay. I guess one more thing. So I made a video. One of my mutuals made a video about not being able to separate the art from the artist, and they were talking about Diddy in the video. He was talking about Diddy, but I brought up Michael Ealy, and everybody knows how I feel about Michael Ealy after he dropped them kids out that window. But so many people are saying it's not the same thing. That's not what he's talking about. That's not what he's talking about. And I'm in my comments, I'm joking because everybody's joking with me. It says I don't think that's what he meant, blah, blah, blah. But it's actually the exact same thing, just in verse. Diddy is a real person who's terrible. He's terrible in real life, allegedly. Makes good music, for whatever reason, y'all are having a hard time letting. I mean, he gave us a lot of people. I think it's more so about his impact than
his impact on culture has been
than his actual musical abilities. But so good art, terrible person. It's just the reverse. Michael Ealy's art was ass. He did a terrible job, and I mean, he did a good job doing his job, but the art ass. Dropping kids out the window, not cool. Good person. Either way, I can't separate the art from the artist. It's the same thing. It's just it's inverse. People are saying it's not the same thing because the bad thing didn't happen in real life. Still, I can't separate the two. You can't separate the art from the artist. And people like, they're not talking about actors. I said, you a fucking lie, because we said the same thing about Bill Cosby.
We said the same thing about, look, people are still threatening Tariq to this day. Like, you need your ass to be Tariq. They see him on the street and threaten. That's not even that man's name.
Yeah, it's not.
People see Alphonse whatever
Carlton.
Yes, and call him Carlton. Mm-hmm. We don't know his actual name.
Separate the art from the artist a lot of times. In actors and things that they did. People. Now I will say, have you ever seen For Color Girls?
Yes.
Okay. Ghost.
I didn't know what it was.
Ghost is also in a movie. He's the one who gives Janet Jackson AIDS. And people are like, well, girl saying because I can't forgive him for that. Or we need to be talking about Ike and Tina. Blah, blah, blah. I can't forgive Lawrence Fishburne for Ike. And I'm like, I not going to take that away from y'all. I completely understand. But ain't none of that dropping kids out the window. Motherfuckers get AIDS all the time. I'm so sorry. Unfortunately, it's a part of life. People be getting their ass beat all the time. Unfortunately, that's part of life. Dropping children out a window is where I'm so sorry.
Michael Jackson almost did it once, and we act like it almost did. That's how famous he was. Let that rock.
So many people in the comments were like, I thought you were talking about Michael Jackson until you said splattered them because he didn't drop him. But so many people thought I was talking about Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
When I first started the video.
Oh, I instantly knew who you was talking about.
Because it said the first time I didn't say this. Mm-hmm. Or the second.
Oh, you stand 10 toes down on this every time.
Yeah. Everybody that I got beef with, it's open, it's out loud, and it's often. Like, anytime any of my friends or even random people on the internet see Donnell Jones doing something, they send it to me. Because they know I'm on his neck at every chance I get for where I want to be. I'm on his ass. Him standing out, like, it's not even the fact that you want to leave, it's him standing outside that restaurant as soon as she on a date with somebody else. You standing out here like the goddamn boogeyman. Why? You said you wanted to go, now she out here trying to live her life and you got problems. I'm on his ass. Turns out they had 4 kids together at the time. Well, that's a true story, and he left her. They had 4 children. Donnell.
God God damn.
Yeah. And I always go on record saying every man who disrespects me ends up in jail at some point. Not necessarily that it had anything to do with me. That's just a track record. Slim Thug, your time is coming. You keep popping up. You've been evading it for all these years because Slim Thug disrespected me back in 2011. It's been well over a decade at this point. You still ain't did your time, but it's coming. You don't know how to keep your damn mouth shut. Here's the thing, right? People do bad things. If your friend does a bad thing, you can just shut the fuck up until we find out more. You don't have to come out in support of your friend. You can just I understand not coming out and condemning your friend. That's your friend. You don't believe that they could ever do that. Okay, cool. You don't have to let us know at every moment that we need to support him. We can't turn our back on him. The things that these people are being accused of are egregious.
Bro, the person that I said that said something, and I didn't see I just saw a clip, so he could have said more that I disagree with, was Fat Joe. And Fat Joe said, I want everybody to have peace, and I hope that we have the best solution I hope that whatever happens is the best thing for everybody involved. Mm-hmm. And I was like, that is a very non-committal, diplomatic answer, and I am cool with that answer because this person has been your friend for several years,
exactly.
And you're to know that they've been accused of terrible, terrible things, and so because you have a relationship with them and you view them a certain way, you don't want to stand over here in a group because that's what a relationship with them does. Mm-hmm. It makes me see you a certain way, so no, I want to stand by you when what's the name. But these are such awful things.
These are such
that I can't even. And some of them sound credible. So I'm starting to put pieces together and going, this can't, everybody can't be, but I don't know enough. So I'm just going to not say anything. And I'm going to wait for all the information to be out, which is a smart thing to do.
One would think.
You don't have to jump off the roof, bro.
No. Yeah, one would think that you can just wait, especially when ain't nobody asking you.
Fair. And I think the phrase was jump out the window.
What did you say?
Jump off the roof.
Yeah.
It was going to bother me.
Yeah. So he's done he's being accused of some things. Listen, let me tell you how I know he's guilty. This is how I know he's guilty. They came to raid his house. You know who was at the airport with him and got arrested? His drug dealer. You was finna bring your drug dealer with you, but you left your kids. You left your kids.
But he's out. He didn't get it. Well, this is the thing.
Regardless, I'm not talking about.
So the crazy thing they said was he wasn't even the target of the. They weren't raiding his to get him. They're trying to get someone else through him, which makes me go, what is happening?
Yeah, I didn't hear about that, but I also disconnect from it because I don't care. But just the simple fact, you knew this was coming. However, you knew this was coming. You knew to flee, and you brought your drug dealer, but not your kids. Lock his ass up. He did it. Whatever they accuse him of, he did it. Because why was your drug dealer there, but your kids on the front lawn in handcuffs?
That's crazy.
Why they didn't get a warning?
Well, then he couldn't have known it was coming. Because then why would you have your drug dealer and not your kids? He had to have been surprised.
He knew it was coming to get out the house. That's what I mean. He wasn't there when it happened. He flew.
This is the thing. If I know I'm finna get fled.
Thank you. Okay.
If I know that the police are looking for me, the last place I'm hanging out, the last person I'm inviting to come be with me is my drug dealer.
Unless you're finna go to a secluded island for a while, he has the drugs.
Why wouldn't he just give them to me?
Maybe he was bringing them to him at the airport. He got arrested he got arrested when they was leaving the airport. Maybe I don't know. That's what I heard, is that he got arrested when they were leaving. So maybe he was just bringing,
because I didn't hear that he was actually under arrest.
That's what I heard that he was, but I also am incredibly disconnected from this because I've been rooting for Diddy to be locked up since that episode of Making the Band where he had them grown ass men up there singing, battling for them beds like that. The R&B offs, I could never. They always struck me. And he had all them people walking to a whole different part of the town for some cheesecake. He's been.
Have you seen that video where Diddy was doing cocaine in the meeting, listening to the music? I think it was Peaches and Cream, and he was snorting cocaine in the meeting, allegedly. Because It could have been a BC powder. Yeah, it could be AI. We don't know.
It could have been BC powder.
But what it looked like was, I was like, did he just do? And you remember that Cat Williams' first special? It was like, we're gonna do the movie with you, and then like, did he just?
It's still.
I can see you.
Yeah, it's still there. Y'all wasn't having a good enough time. I saw another video. Somebody was like, I don't care how much fun we're having.
Don't you pull out no cocaine.
And I'm just like, how much fun could we have been having if I need to bring the coke out? That's all I'm saying. Like, you're thinking this is a good time.
Enough.
How much fun could we have been having? Like, I just don't like people phrasing it like, I don't care how much fun we having. I don't care how good if the party was that good, I wouldn't need to bring the coke out. That's what I'm saying. It's not as fun as you think it is. I love pretending to be a crackhead. I've never done the hardest drug I've ever done is 800 milligram ibuprofen. So
sure, you're not in the military because that's the.
No, I used to pop them 800 milligram ibuprofen like Tic Tacs. But I don't do the hardest drug I do is weed. I don't do nothing else. But I love to act like I do a little coke. I'm appropriating crackhead culture.
All of them things frighten me.
I would love to try coke. It's too late now though.
I don't feel like I got I feel like my body. I feel like that's a young man's game.
No, it's not even that. They just be putting too much shit in it now. I'm terrified to even try because you might, who like knows all what's of them in things. It, right?
Like I had a bad trip, and now like this is the other thing that I'm realizing is you're only able-bodied until you're not, and I don't want to do nothing that's gonna cause me to be not able-bodied.
Yeah, I was gonna take shrooms once, and I still plan on it one day. But I was reading about it, and somebody said that like they were very nervous about taking it for their first time, and so they were never a paranoid person before they had a bad trip, and now they are just a paranoid person in general. Like the drugs aren't.
So yes, but I've also heard of studies where they're using it to treat stuff like schizophrenia, because they're trying to figure out if it's less harmful than the current drugs that they're using. So good and bad.
Yeah. I mean, but if you don't have schizophrenia, then it's probably like whatever it's doing to counteract the schizophrenia, it's still doing in you if you don't have schizophrenia. But now what is it doing? You know what I'm saying? If it's not counteracting that, what effects does it have if it's not doing that? But I'm willing to try it. Yeah, drugs can be fun, I think. Don't do drugs.
Yeah, I wouldn't advise it. That's not my particular ministry. But hey, if it's yours.
Lil Wayne once said, and to the kids, drugs kill. I'm acknowledging that. But when I'm on them drugs, I don't have a problem with that. Which is exactly why
he looked the way he looked.
Which is exactly why you can quote lyrics to him and he has no idea that he even said that.
Only once the drugs are done. He wrote that in a song, and we all was like, "Damn, this whole jam." Damn. I feel like that, bro. He was, and it jammed.
We crying out for help. He's crying out for help, and we bopping to it. That's how I feel about a lot of Future music. This man, he needs us.
Well, Future then came out and said he's like, I wasn't doing all that shit, but I was like, I was writing about it. All the OGs said that. They'd be like, yo, the music went from
drug dealers
to drug users,
abusers.
But that's because
you don't do perks.
But that's because like all you niggas was selling drugs to the kids,
and the kids grew up rapping about it.
Yes. You fucking dumbasses. Like that's of course. No, this is you created this problem, fuckhead. Like, gonna piss me off. Like, what are we talking about?
Okay. Oh. Well, are we done?
I think so. I don't really have much. The
car's ready?
No, I think. Probably. I thought it was your man's. Hit me up for a game of chess.
Oh, yeah.
We've been going back and forth.
I figure.
He don't let me say something. He don't play with no like particular style. He's just very logical in everything he does, which makes it like
easier.
No.
Oh, harder?
Yes, because I can't predict as well what he's gonna do. I have to think about it like logically. He doesn't have like a specific like style or like thing that he's trying to accomplish. Like most people, they have like an opening that they're gonna go with, or like this thing, and he don't. He's like whatever gets the job done. I'm looking for that, and I'm like, all right, damn.
That sounds about right.
So yeah.
All right. Well, I guess that's it.
All right. Well, we'll see y'all back again next week. I am again RJ, the friendly neighborhood Dom, and this is
Angelique,
aka
Big Rocks,
not the little one.
Not even at the end of the show.
No, and we have been your favorite not safe for work coworkers, and you have been the best coworkers in the world. Thank y'all for staying this long. If you're staying this long, hopefully you have liked, subscribed, hit the notification bell, done all of the things that would let us know that you have been here and that you have enjoyed. Also, if y'all are like saying things in the comments, if you timestamp them so that I know what it is that you're talking about, so that I could go back and like kiki with y'all, because I would love to kiki with y'all.
Because a lot of times, like
I'm like, I don't know what that's from.
We don't remember what you're talking about, or timestamp or a direct quote from it.
Yeah, because I'm like, I don't know what I said there, and then you could be referencing several things.
Yeah,
because sometimes we have callbacks.
We do.
But yeah, so if you made it this long, put a timestamp in the comments, and we will see y'all next week. Thank y'all for being here.
Bye.